Good afternoon, YouTube. What's going on? It's Mesa Fail back at it with some Destiny 2 news. All right, guys, as always, I'm scouring the internet for stuff coming out of E3 and a pretty cool interview with Mark Noseworthy with GameSpot, which I will link in the description. Now, I'm not going to go through the entire thing because a lot of it we know already, but there was some tasty nuggets. You guys know me. I'm always looking for the nuggets. Juicy nuggets of information that we could pull from this interview. And the footage in the background is from my friend, Hallelujah. My name is Blessious. Yeah, we shared footage when we went to the Destiny 2 reveal, so a link to his channel will be in the description. After recording the video, I just caught something in this footage. Look at this ghost shell. Generates Gunsmith telemetry data on solar weapon kills. And now, is that confirmation that A, Banshee didn't die, made it out of the tower? Or are we getting a new gunsmith, and the gunsmith, well, a gunsmith, will be in Destiny 2. I don't know. Sorry for the bad edit, guys. Here's the video. So the first thing we're going to cover is the whole weapon system and how it works, which we already know the basics, but some stuff is clarified here. So if you don't already know, no longer are we having primary, special, and heavy. We're going to kinetic, that's replacing your primary. Then we've got power weapons, which is going to be replacing your heavy. Then in the middle, we have energy. That's where all the burns are going to be. So we know kinetic, you've got auto rifles, scout rifles, hand cannons, so forth. We know that energy, we saw submachine guns, sidearms, so forth. Shotguns, actually, those were in the power weapon slot. Fusion rifles, heavy machine guns, rocket launchers, all that sort of stuff. One thing Luke Smith talked about in the latest Bungie podcast, go check that out. He talked about one of his favorite combinations is double sidearms, right? So hold on, I'm not going the whole akimbo sidearms thing, even though I do think that could be a possibility. Because, I mean, look, akimbo pistols in other games like Call of Duty, Black Ops 2, I forgot what those... The burst fire pistols in Black Ops 2, so much fun. You run around akimbo, you get a little crosshair in the middle, spray everyone down. It was great. I'm babbling. All right, he talked about having double sidearms. So sidearms can actually go in your kinetic slot. Same thing with hand cannons. We know you can get a hand cannon in your kinetic slot and also in your energy slot. Now that begs the question, so if we have double hand cannons, then can I use 2 scout rifles? Can I use 2 auto rifles, one with a burn, one without? Well, let me read you this quote here. Mark Noseworthy says, both the energy slot and kinetic slot pull from the same archetypes, so it's not the same weapon. There'll be a solar scout rifle, for example. That's an energy weapon, and it'll have a sweet name and do certain things. But you can have another scout rifle in your kinetic slot, but it's a kinetic scout rifle with a different name. Now, I don't know about you guys, I did not know that both the energy and kinetic pull from the same archetype, but it gets a little confusing again, because in the interview he goes, I mainly use scout rifles, so does that mean I could put 2 scout rifles in my loadout at once? Mark says, I think you won't. That's kind of vague. And then Mark says, because I missed a scout rifle as well, but once you've got one scout rifle, you kind of don't need another scout rifle. But one of the things we really like about this design is that it encourages you to experiment a lot and try other stuff. We're still trying to find different combinations that are like, okay, this combination totally sucks. It seems like almost any combination you try is interesting in its own way. Now, that's kind of confusing because Mark is saying, I think you won't, but by the logic saying that they both pull from the same archetype, you should be able to, right? You should have 2 scouts. So you say, oh, whoa, Mesa fell. Why would you want to put 2 scout rifles on? Well, remember, guys, scout rifles come in different rate of fires and impacts, right? So let's say I would want a high impact scout. Let's bring in Destiny 1 for this, right? Let's say for my kinetic, I wanted Chaos Dogma, right? High impact, has triple tap, triple double, and then I would want Fang of Reunite for my energy, right? 2 different scout rifles, way different impacts. The Chaos Dogma hits like a truck. Fang of Reunite, not so much, but the Fang of Reunite at depth has a burn on it, has arc burn. So I'm a little confused by this because he is saying that both your kinetic and energy pull from the same archetype, but then he's saying there, when he's asked, well, I mainly use scout rifles, can I put 2 scout rifles on? He says, I think you won't. I think he's more insinuating that I think you won't want to, but I think you will be able to, just based on reading this. I don't know. I'm going to link this in the description. You guys dissect it and let me know. Mark says also that the power weapons, that's your grenade launcher, your rocket launcher, shotgun, sniper, fusion, they've all been beefed up, he says. They do more damage, but I don't know. When I played Destiny 2 PvP, it took 2 shots from a grenade launcher to take down a Guardian at full health. Now, granted, maybe I had a grenade launcher that was lower impact. You know, I'm sure the grenade launchers are going to come in different flavors in terms of rate of fire and impact, but when I pulled the power ammo thingy, in PvP, it did give me a lot of grenade launcher shots, but it did take 2 shots to take a Guardian down at full health. But let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think of the whole system? You know, I'm so used to, all right, scout rifle for my primary, sniper for my secondary, and then heavy, rocket launcher, machine gun. Well, no more machine guns. I'm thinking probably for me it'll be like auto rifle or scout rifle, maybe pulse rifle, depending on how they are. And then I'll probably end up using a sniper for my power weapon, and then, I don't know, for my energy slot, probably a hand cannon. To be frank, straight up front with you guys, the submachine guns to me felt a little bit of a novelty. Didn't like them. They had way too much recoil and not enough damage. I mean, they were fun just to run up to a bunch of ads and just hip fire them the whole time, but I don't know. It will be interesting to see how they play out, and you know what? Go watch some of the PvP pros who used the submachine guns and had a lot more success with them who went to the D2 reveal. That's just my opinion. So now Mark gets asked about enemies. Are we seeing some similar enemies in Destiny 2? Now it looks like we're getting 3 new Cabal classes. The other ones, it looks like they touched them a little bit, and no one has talked about, or at least from Bungie on their end, about the Taken. They were all over some of the trailers. I think it was especially in the PlayStation exclusive stuff. We saw a bunch of Taken there. What's up with them? But Mark goes on to say there are definitely a bunch of new combatants. We're not really detailing any of the changes we've made to the Hive, Vex, or Fallen, but they have evolved. They've all been touched in some ways. The Cabal Red Legion is where we've spent a bunch of time. Now, they're the primary antagonists in the campaign of the Red War. He says we're going to have 3 new classes. There's the War Beast, the Incendiary, and the Gladiator as the brand new Cabal units. Mark continues to say, we figure the Cabal are like Navy SEALs or the Special Forces. We've taken a good hard look at the design of all the existing races, tried to make improvements across the board. Just more fun to fight, and to make it so that when a fallen soul escapes his body, that the animation effect is just a little bit more dialed in. Whether it's a brand new combatant or a combatant that previously existed, we're going to change it up a little bit. Like, what if these guys take cover differently now? Or what if he jumps? So there's been a lot of enhancements across the old enemies as well. Now, next up, we get some clarification on something a lot of us on Twitter have been asking about. I don't know if you guys in the comment section, but what about Reset? What's going on with Reset? We pretty much get confirmation in a sentence from Mark that Tuesdays is still going to be Reset. I have no idea if they're changing the time. Me as a content creator, I hope they do change the time. I have to make videos at 5 a.m. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays right now, so I get no sleep whatsoever. But I'm going to read this quote here. He's talking about guided games. And remember, guys, the whole guided games thing, which is kind of their answer to matchmaking, where you have a guider, which is a clan, and then you have seekers, who are people who are either looking for a clan or looking for people to do Nightfall tier stuff, trials, all sorts of stuff. But they also, in previous news stories that I covered, those are not going to be heroic. Those are just going to be regular mode. So I guess you use the regular mode to find some people, meet them, and then if you're cool, hey, we'll do the heroic mode together. But in this quote, he says, this is going to help clans when they are short 1 or 2 people on Tuesday nights when they play the raid, but also give the opportunity for people who don't have a lot of friends playing Destiny. So I'm going to say that statement right there confirms Tuesday is going to be the reset, just like Destiny 1. We probably all figured that, but at the same time, it's weird because Destiny actually drops on a Wednesday. So I guess the first week of Destiny will start on a Wednesday, and then that first reset will be Tuesday the week after. So that's it for the video, guys. Just wanted to cover the stuff that we didn't already know. I will link this in the description. And by the way, guys, I have not done an Ask Mesa in ages. I think we're up to episode like 35. If you want to ask me a question and possibly get your question on screen and I'll answer it for you, it could be about anything. It could be about Destiny, it could be about games, it could be about personal stuff, it could be about life, whatever. Either tweet me, hashtag Ask Mesa, or just leave a comment in this comment sections with hashtag Ask Mesa, and you could be one of those. I'll record it over the weekend. So that's it, guys. Do me a favor, drop a like in this video only if you see fit. Follow me on Twitter at MesaSean. Check out my stream, usually and always on YouTube, and that is it. I am out of here like Vladimir.